Well, you know what a stage manager is? You know what a movie producer is? I'm one of the guys that have to look for funding for people who are going to invest in a movie and get their name as a producer. And if you look at many films, let's say Bruce Willis films, you see a dozen producers on those things. Oh, I get to put my name on that thing. Well, yeah. And depending how big the production is how much, who has the money to put into it. And you have this little thought in your brain somewhere down the line that we need to do whatever our budget is to bring in at least 4 times the amount of money our budget. If our budget is $10, we have to bring in $40. If our net thing is 10 million, we got to bring in 40 million. So we got the right. You get in the very early stages of this, and most productions, movie productions, you always have the whole set of things that you have to get. If you're going to be out inside of a building, then you don't have to worry about bathrooms. If you're going to be outside, how many people do you need a potty thing, close by? Yes, you're going to need a little potty wagon there, or 2 or 3 or 4. Right. Now you're coming with a budget. That's if it's a $10 million budget, that thing. And you get this other thing about who you're going to hire as a actor. There's actors who will say, well, I want $10 million for put my face on there. And I will tell them, no way. You look at the salary on the Screen Actors Guild. Well, the Screen Actor gets this fixed salary, plus everything's negotiable. If I would get Johnny Depp, the answer would be, he wants $10 million. One of his productions, it didn't go on. He wasn't there, but he still got paid. He got paid $10 million. But he didn't do anything. No. It was for one day. That's it. Because he's a star and everybody thinks that he's going to do something. Well, if you want to go stars, you go to the TV series Masterpiece Theater on PBS. Those are stars. Yeah. And they will be there on set like they were supposed to be, professional stars. American stars, professional stars are there. And they know the crew. The crew makes them look good. You better know it. You got the director, directs the actor. You got the lighting, the cinematographer. You got the cameraman. And you got the sound person. And everybody has to do is make that person look good even if they are not. Hopefully they're not on drugs. Hopefully they're not on alcohol problems. I ran into a situation where a actress liked her drink. And I told her is that you came in with a hangover and I got crew people around. I got investors who say they want to make sure that their money they're being is well spent. Get your act together. But I'm an actress. Oh, I'm in the union. I complain to your union rep. I'm not afraid. Oh, you better do as I say or I will. Your pout? Go ahead. We'll work around you. And this way, kid, you're getting paid. I will take your face and put it over there on your stand-in. That's right. We will digitally take your head and put it on her, and she can do the whole thing if you're going to be up drunk. And I guarantee you one thing, I will not only tell your union, Screen Actors Guild, but I will make sure all the other producers know that you're a piece of you can't work with it. And your roles will go walk-ins. Oh, you're not that powerful. No, I'm not that powerful. But I will make sure all the other producers in town know that you are a problem. And they will make sure that all the other directors say, is she a problem on this set? And I got films of you, hey, we got you basically stumbling out of your trailer. I want you to think about that. And you're not going to be up for an Oscar. Do I know people in the Oscar business? It's amazing how close this is. Oh, all my friends will get me a nomination. Don't count on it. Because their careers are on the line too. You see your co-actor back there? He's doing a great job. He's convincing me of the part he's in. You are slush. Now get your damn act together. There's a lot of people around here need this job. And I can guarantee you, if you screw this whole thing up, you make them look bad. And you make your main actor look bad. You make all the other actors look bad. I'm not your father. If I was your father, go over my knee. Oh, well, you can't do that. You know, hey, if you want to cry, do it on set. You know, if you want to be a star, consider this. You can make an Oscar performance. People have made themselves Oscars by crying or laughing, making people laugh, making people cry. If you can make the public cry for your part, if you have a sad part, make them feel your grief. That's right. Or if you're wonderful, make them show that thing. You're not doing that. I saw you yesterday. You were supposed to be sad. Where's that facial sadness of you? And I'm only a production manager. I don't know anything about directing. I don't know anything about this, and I don't know anything about that. But that wasn't very good yesterday because you're having a hangover. If I have to have someone go to your hotel room and sleep in your room against the door, I'm going to do it. No, they're not going to be outside. They're going to be sitting inside. They're going to be sleeping next to the door, so you have to open the door and go crawl over them. Right. You see that guy over there? Yes. He will be in your room at night, snoring away. Now, come on, get your act together. And I've done that before. That as a production manager, you're responsible for everything. Everything. You're responsible for the insurance. If there's a firearm on that set, and it's not a dummy firearm on that set, you basically are the one. You get the armorer, and you're standing over them, and they're standing over the actors. The worst thing in this world you can give an actor is a sharp instrument or something that goes boom. They will hurt themselves. Are they that incompetent? The old saying goes, have you ever seen an actor eat? Oh my God! What's that, from the producers? Have you ever seen an actor eat? Oh yeah. As I've said, you gotta be a psychiatrist. I'm almost a psychologist on there. to making sure all the actors going up, and then you got the union people making sure, because the union, the guy that's basically moving the stand for a light may not be the one that can touch the light. It used to be the guy who handled the clapper, okay? Well, it still is the guy who handles the clapper. That's his only job to do. Unless he's also the guy that does the sound boom. The people on sound handle the sound. The guy handles the sound boom. The camera people handle the camera stuff. Now, cameras these days are tied into laptops. And one of the things I've learned very early, basically, is recharging batteries on location. You carry a small generator with you to produce an AC current so that you can boost the batteries for that thing, recharge the batteries, and sometimes to run a light. I mean, if you're talking, it only hits, say, 500 watts. It still is 500 watts. Or 1 amp. That's 1,000 watts. But still, if it's being made without sound, you may want to get bigger generators or more batteries. Today it's LEDs. You have a set of LEDs, and these are bright. On location, I used to lug around Mole Richardson lights. The great big purple, or they not purple, maroon lights. Yes, and the great big soft lights, right? And guy said, "Oh, I want to light up this whole place. Why don't we do this during twilight, or an hour before sunrise? Why do we have to do this? Why don't we do it at twilight? You could get a better description at twilight. But we do this whole thing. Do it at twilight. Write it in there, for twilight. It's going to cost. I gotta bring in generators that are very quiet. Today it's Teslas. I'm running Tesla batteries to run the lights. Then I got to recharge this stuff, and every time they say, "Well, cut. That's a cut. That's a good take." Okay, I start my generators to recharge my Tesla batteries. Yes, and then I get that warning in. Well, we're going to take a 15-minute break while we set everything up. Well, I'm running generators. I got the generator guy. Oh, yes. And then, okay, set up. We're done. We're set up. Shut the generators off. And there we go again. But I'm glad we got LEDs. What can go wrong? Food poisoning. How many actors have gotten food poisoning? Boy, I hope they're not on drugs. And that's why you got the EMT guy sitting back there. Yes, you have to have a personal ambulance in case somebody hurt themselves. And if the actor stabs themselves and they're carrying a firearm, you got to watch out for the actor who does this with a firearm. Yeah, blanks will blow out your brains. Remember the picture Kroll? Kroll did this with a blank, blew out his brains, and then they had to put the guy in darkness to get the stunt actor and everything else. That's the thing you have to worry about. It's like having Tom Cruise say he does his own stunts really good. Yeah, they put everything else. They haven't killed him yet. He's sure trying to. And you go to a foreign city. If I'm in California and I come to Chicago, all literally have to do is leave my crew in California and pick up the Chicago crew. Couple key people, cinematographers, director, and what have you. But when I go to a city, I usually use the whatever's in the city crew members, because they're well trained. And in Chicago, depending on which school I want to contact, I can get students out of Northwestern or DePage or Columbia College, and as interns. And a lot of them are pretty smart. A lot of them. It helps in credits. It's one thing about credits these days on DVDs. Everybody is on the credit. You don't leave anybody behind. Even the interns, student interns, they get there. They're going to get a DVD, and their name is going to be there. It may not be on the package. Usually it's in and around the package, but it's going to be in there. And because that's a resume. Okay? That's the nicest thing you can do to a person, is give them that DVD and they can say, hey, I was assistant. And you look at the credit line, you got half a dozen assistant directors, you got half a dozen assistant greensmen, you got half a dozen assistants. That's a lot of good for a resume. Sure wish I did that in my day. But that was my day. That's one other thing, is you want to make sure everybody's happy. Oh, yeah. Keep the actress happy. Make sure she gets enough sleep. Make sure she gets in for makeup. Even you have to pull her out of bed yourself. Well, she's in a hotel room, right? Yeah. If you have to pull her out of bed, you got 5 minutes. We're going to makeup. Oh, and don't let her, remember, you're in charge. Not in charge, but you're basically, for the producers who put the money into the film, you want to make sure that everything is taken care of. And you got to remember, you just put up, when you go to something like Chicago, you just put up $1 million bond for the production. That's expensive. Well, the one nice thing's working for when Netflix was out there. Netflix were the money people. Not anymore, but that thing. Amazon, Apple, and whoever the big budget people are, they want their money spent wisely, because you want to have a job next time, and so you got to make sure everything is wisely, and they want to see all the receipts for anything. You go out and get a bottle of water, they want to know why you didn't get a case of water, which is cheaper. Great. And well, there's a big volume of being a production manager, and it's not easy. There's so many things, and the bottom lines are insurance. The bottom lines are the union. The bottom line is the actors or actresses, especially if they're big names. And you say, well, let's look in their background. Let's call the union rep. We want to know something about these people. Are they easy to work with? If they turn out they have a problem, you're getting the name. And one of my comments to the director and cinematographers and the cameraman is this: get as many pictures of you can of the person from all the angles you can. Okay? If he or she drops dead, we will do head replacement or body replacement. What do you mean? She has a problem. I want you to do as many photographs of her again and go through different lines. Actually, go through the whole movie and have her say, yeah, you know, she drops dead of a heart attack. I lose money. So you're a producer, okay? Put yourself in my position. You don't want to have a movie that flops, because if the Oscar goes around there, you want to be on a winner. I want to be on a winner. What happened in your past? Well, we didn't get nominated.